I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior. I'm spitting it heavy, the mission is steady. Your bitches are jelly, I'm ditching the petty. You're digging for pennies, I'm itching and ready. I open my heart when I listen to Shetty. I'm bold like a boss, but I'm little like Debbie. I know what the bras, I got Richard and Getty. I'm holding the guap and I'm whipping the Yeti. Yeah, Kari can play with advanced moves. I'm fucking my girl and her man too. I'm taking the ball like the Rand do. My soul is the one that I can't lose. I soak up the sun like a sand dune. I'm holding up love with the bamboo. I'm rolling the blunt by the candle. Taking the game, running it back without taking a drink. Yeah, I'm the one and I'm making a wave. Rolling the blunt and I'm blazing a J. I'm escaping the brain, go straight for the cake. I'ma take to the bank, not taking a break. I'm made for the race, I pray for the day. I wake with a bake in a great estate. Are you living in a box? I'm bigger than a box. I'm spitting to supply my bread. My vision on the top is living like a boss when I kick it in a nice white jet. I'm quicker with the bars, I'm wishing with a one. Yeah, I'm dipping to the bar, I guess. I'm switching like LeBron when I spit it in song. My mission is to try my best. Taking a stab, but I came with a bat. I be chasing to grab my goals. If you ain't in the back and you ain't with the facts, don't be faking and act like bros. Welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Tuesday.
Hey.
I'm one half the dynamic duo known as Buddy V, killing it with the one and only
Sam K. And man, we got another phenomenal show in store for y'all tonight. All the way from Street Beefs OG Yard, we have the man himself, SpongeBob.
Hey, you better say it's your boy SpongeBob, doing it big.
And all the way from Street Beefs West Coast, we got the one, the only, Prodigy.
Yeah, 209 shit.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Excited to be here.
Straight up, straight up.
It's gonna be a fun show. I'm like, I was rewatching some of the show or some of the fights before the show too, and I'm just like, yeah. Shout out, Bang. Let's get some
Bang, baby. Whenever y'all want to work together, you know, I'm here and available. I'm just saying.
Now, before we get things started off and we kick everything off right, just remember that Pacific time at 8:30 tonight, there's going to be a face-off on Heart in the Fight between Blanco and Bricks.
Blanco and Bricks. Face-off, baby.
Yes, sir. That's the fight I'm looking forward to this weekend, man. That's going to be a monster.
And I'm ready to watch these. Speaking of this weekend, are you fighting Prodigy or no?
Nah. This weekend I'm not fighting. Man, I wish.
Okay. But you did fight one of the guys who's going to be getting interviewed tonight, correct?
Yes. My last fight was with Blanco. Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Let's hear about it.
Honestly, prepping for that fight, I was prepping for a knockout that fight. I believe I was prepping to press him like as soon as it started, but that game plan went out the door as soon as the fight started. I was defensive.
You're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. You in my opinion, I ref that fight. You were the aggressor, in my opinion.
Yeah. I was a little bit more aggressive than I usually was. I was trying to do some antics and stuff, like trying to how he does it.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my first time ever doing that, trying to get in somebody's head. Usually I just fight like calm. I usually don't try to talk to my opponent during my fight, but that fight I was trying to get in his head.
Trying to do a little bit of Ali.
Yeah.
I think it worked to a degree, man. You know, it might have not been as detrimental as you thought, but his game plan definitely switched up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw that myself. So kudos to you, man.
Yeah, I've never seen Blanco fight the way he's fought that day. He did fight like somewhat like scared.
Kind of on the defense, kind of like, wait a minute.
Yeah. He didn't want to get tagged, especially after that first uppercut landed. I felt like he was like, okay, let me.
Yeah, after that first hit, it kind of knocked the caution into you. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's always good to have in a fight. That's always good to have in a fight when somebody respect your power.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of respect your power, I remember when I was rewatching some of the fights, I ended up coming across SpongeBob's first MMA fight.
And man, that hit you had, you put him out cold and quick. I mean, how'd you feel about that? Were you expecting that for your first MMA one come? I mean, I know it was like years ago, but still.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday, but no, I really wasn't expecting that. Before the fight, I don't underestimate anybody. He was a little guy, but if you would have seen him training, I think he Muay Thai, whatever it was, but those kicks, it sounded like he was like beating a stick against a wow. So I mean, going into the fight, I knew for a fact I didn't really want to feel one of those kicks. Those kicks, I knew it was going to hurt. And
what up, Ghost?
From that point, when it said go, it happened so quick. But yeah, I had to watch the fight twice. It just happened so quick, but I've been fighting for so long. I just fight off reflexes. I don't even really know what to say about that fight. But yeah, it has caught
quick.
Yeah, it has caught a lot of attention. That fight has went super viral, even though it was a long time ago. But I haven't really done too many more MMA fights since then. Maybe one.
Okay. Let's say I don't really seen too many. And I mean, both y'all got some time in the game in StreetBeefs. How long each of y'all in StreetBeefs for? Because I mean, we can trace fights going back 1, 2, 3 years. I mean,
I've been in the West Coast since StreetBeefs West Coast, the first one, the first ever event in the West Coast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for about going on 5 years now. I think before they started the division, they had one in Face Backyard, and that was about 5 years ago. But I know they've been doing it for a while.
Yeah,
I've been watching StreetBeefs since they kind of started. You ever heard of a guy named Diablo?
Oh yeah.
Diablo?
Oh yeah. Yeah, like Diablo. It was a couple of other famous guys that I've been watching, but it's like I always wanted to get on there. I'm like, oh my God, if I was in that ring, what would I do? And it's like I always had my visions, but I don't know. It's like a dream come true that honestly, I don't look at myself as a superstar. I just look at myself just proud to be able to represent Street Beef because I've been watching it for so long. You know what I'm saying? For the most part.
Yeah. I'm kind of the opposite. When I first started watching StreetBeefs, I was like, oh man, I could definitely take on all these guys, man. That's like it's easy work. Hell no, man. As soon as I got into my first ever fight, man, it was different. I was like, yeah, no, I need to get my ass in the gym. I was like, this is I did not fight how I thought.
Hey, I could definitely agree with that one. I think after my first fight, I was on the ground, couldn't breathe. I sat there for like 5 or 10 minutes, but you're right. It'll make you really want to go to the gym.
Yeah, it'll humble you for sure.
Most definitely.
That conditioning, man.
Would you say that your win has gotten a lot better since after you started going to the gym?
Oh, definitely. My from my first ever fight, I was like self-trained, and then my second fight, I was in the gym part for like 2 months, and then from like now, like you could definitely see the progression.
That was the difference.
And to that point, man, I remember seeing your first fight and questioning why you chose the name. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then literally by the second, third fight, bro, it was like, oh, okay, he might be a prodigy. He's a boxer now. You know?
The reason why I chose the name, a lot of people always ask me like, why'd you choose the name? It's because like honestly, no matter what sport I play, like I might suck in the beginning, but I guarantee you, by like give me like a week, I'll be hella good. Anything I touch, like skateboarding, anything with the ball, I'm honestly pretty good.
I know that's right. I like that attitude.
Yeah.
And what about you, SpongeBob? Your name? Someone asked about your name as well.
Man, I get so much grief about the name I chose. But to be honest with everybody, we were on our way to the first Street Beef fight. So hard to pick up a name. Y'all know OG Rampage from the yard.
Oh yeah.
That's my partner. Hey, boom, cool. But we couldn't come up with a name. But I had a Cookie Monster shirt and I had a SpongeBob shirt. I don't think Cookie Monster would have been a good name for me, so I guess kind of roll with SpongeBob. But it kind of worked itself out. It's a catchy name, I guess. It's I guess it's
definitely a standing out name for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. But that's how it came about. The only kind of rhythm I can put to it is the fact that I like to get hit, and I like to dodge punches. So I guess SpongeBob, I don't know. We can.
SpongeBob likes to get hit because it tickles him. He's like, oh, that tickles. And shout out Derek Gates in the comments. Who.
Yeah,
Ashley's got
yeah.
his fight February 2nd. Make sure you go check it out. Go to well-world.com. You can get the merch to support. Shit, I know I had it right here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Hoodies and shirts. Bam. The
Let's
front with the nice
go.
little well.
Let's go.
The back is where it's all at.
That's where it's at.
Buck up or back down.
I like that right there. That is nice.
That's dope.
That is fire right there. I like the gold.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, quick question: how long have you guys been fighting for? You guys seem to be, especially you, SpongeBob. You seem to be in great shape, good conditioning, and the same for you, Prodigy. How long has it been for you guys?
I'll let you go first.
I started self-training myself in 2020, and I believe it was like 2021. That's when I got into a gym. I believe it was like February 2021. That's when I got into a gym. But even when I got into like my first ever gym, it wasn't really how do I say, like, it wasn't really like a gym where they like brought me in and they're like, oh, let me show you all this stuff that you need to learn. They pretty much brought me in to be a punching bag for their pro boxers. They seen that I was hard headed and, like, you know, I could get hit and throw some punches. So, you know, they used me as a punching bag. But whenever I had switched over gyms, literally like 2 months in that gym, bro, I was able to hang with some pro boxers that are local in my area. So like probably like now I've been 2 years with my new gym, and it's been going good. It's probably like total like 4 years now going on boxing now.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I would say for me, I've been boxing with Street Beef for about 5 years, but I've been fighting pretty much since I was a child. I'm from DC. I'm from I would guess you would call it the projects, but we grew up fighting. 4 boys, all brothers. I grew up fighting. My stepdad, I guess he was a black belt, and he kind of showed us a little bit of this, that, and the third. We had boxing gloves. We was always boxing in the growing up, but for the most part, I like to fight. I just like to fight. But I've been fighting, I guess you could say, all my life, but with Street Beef about 5 years. I like my partner here, Prodigy, I self-train. I can't say that I can go to the gym. I got 8 kids. I got three or 4 businesses that I run. I don't really have much extra time, but I just try to I got a puncher bag on the porch. I got a string going through the middle of my living room. You know what I'm saying? I just be doing whatever I can.
I work with what you got.
Work what I got.
I know before one of your fights too, I saw that, you know, you had your family and your kids there. I mean, do your kids love watching you train and watching your fights and all that too?
I really feel like I'm training bullies. Because that all they see me do is fight and train. I try to keep them humble, but yeah, they love to see me fight. They, you know, my daddy can fight. My daddy gonna beat you up and da 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 da. And I try to let them know that it's not none of that. But yeah, it's my son. He's 4, but he's like almost 100 pounds, and I fear that he's gonna, you know, turn out to be a little bully. But nah. They love to see me fight, but everything's going good so far. You know, nothing crazy. Can't be too mad.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, you don't have any kids, right, Prodigy?
My son just turned a year in December. Yeah, I just had my first year. My first.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. But I agree with you. Now that I have my first son, like, it's a little harder to train now. Like, I can't. I was used to being in the gym twice a day. Now I'm lucky if I even go once a week.
Yeah. When they're that young, they need your undivided attention. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I just love kids, and I just want to be home as much as possible. So
yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you.
I know. Is that
Priorities.
that's a painting or a towel behind you, SpongeBob?
that's a blanket. I took my kid's blanket and stuck it on the wall.
You sure that's not your spirit animal right there?
It might be. It brings me joy when I look at it. See the smile? You can't be upset when you see that smile. This is my positive room. You gotta stay positive. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then,
Yeah,
shout out to a product. What? I'll say shout out to Prodigy for having Street Beefs in the background too. I see that video playing. It's
Oh
been going
yeah.
all
I got all the
yards.
knockouts going on in the background.
Word.
Yes, sir. Nice.
How many?
So, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, how many fights have you had, Prodigy?
4 fights. I'm 4-0.
4. Oh man, and
Yeah.
that's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. The other guy. I hear that y'all talk about him. I apologize for not knowing. Y'all have a big. When Street Beef kind of branched off, it was so many groups that spun off so quick. So I try to keep up with all the different sides, but it's so much going on. But the other guy that y'all talk about, how long has he been in the game?
Which
Who
guy?
you referring to?
Sorry, Blanco.
Blanco.
Yeah,
Blanco.
He's been around about as long as Prodigy, I'd say.
Yeah. Except he has more fights than me, I believe. He has like 8, 9 fights. Yeah.
He's either at 9 or 10.
Yeah, he's up there.
Oh, so he got a little name in the yard.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
We had him on the show not too long ago, and he said his goal was to get him a Hall of Fame jacket. So to get one of the jackets, you got to have 10 fights. So.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
See, and Street Beefs is really blowing up. They really taking off, and you know what I'm saying, I'm just excited I can be a part of it for the most part, because eventually it's going to do something to where the point where it is starting to get traction and get recognition. So for the most part,
most definitely.
I mean, you look at it, you have people in Power Slap. You have people making their way through BKFC, and you even have people making their way through MMA, even branching out to do a UFC in certain amateur, some semi-professional, and even in Southern America where people are going around.
Right.
I mean,
right. And you know, Face. Do y'all remember Mighty Mouse?
Yeah, I remember Mighty
Mouse. Yeah, it's a falling out. I don't want to get banned for mentioning that name or anything crazy like that. But it was a falling out. And whenever I first came into Street Beef, me and Rampage, we came under through Mighty Mouse. So I mean, after the falling out, I decided to, because I came under him, we fought for a few times with him, but I decided to stick with Street Beef. I feel like they had a better thing going, and me and Face cool. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, they always show me love. So,
yeah. It's a beautiful community, man. It's a beautiful community, and you get to see it across the branches, across the states. I'm in the West Coast branch, but I've traveled to the scrapyard, and you get to see that same brotherhood.
Right. That's the wonderful thing about it. All the events, you feel the love, even though there's a lot of fights. I done seen people get some nose broke, but you don't feel no tension. It ain't, with the guns down, gloves up movement. I really feel that because, you see people who shoot at people for dumb things, but just to know that you have a place where you can let your whatever you want, frustration, fight, you know what I'm saying? You can hug afterwards. I feel like that's a great thing. I'm going to support that always.
Yeah. I wanted to transition, and this is for both of you, more so Prodigy, but what are you guys' thoughts? It's been a little minute. What are you guys' thoughts on the West Coast invasion?
From whenever we invaded the OG yard?
Mm-hmm. Or OG yard invasion, my bad, yeah.
Well, I'm a little confused.
So for SpongeBob, if you recall, what were your thoughts, and then Prodigy, you being in a part of that event, talk about the event.
Man, that event was that's probably the best event that I've ever been to, like hands down. Like any professional, amateur, like any event like that energy that day was like, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it, man. It was like surreal. Especially whenever the Coyote and Wolverine fight came on, man. That fight was crazy, man. Like
And look,
I almost lost my voice during that fight, man. That fight was
and look,
crazy.
and you see the clips that they play from the event and the back and forth and the wars. It was like the clash of the street beefs, and I think that was awesome because I feel like if we can get a bunch of more little setup communities and we can kind of the wars between the street beefs, I think that'll be something great. I think that was
Yeah.
a start to something great. Honestly, I feel like
Yeah,
if
I feel like
go ahead.
invasions are very much needed for sure. For sure.
Most definitely, especially so many whoever want to go greatest fighters, and kind of meet up at a neutral place or whatnot. I think that'll be great. That way, it'll keep people to kind of like stick with it, and also you'll have names like people who want to make a name for themselves. Like, and then eventually you can get people to start calling people like Prodigy, I want you, and da 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 da. And XYZ, and it'll actually bring more attention to everybody watching everybody's page, trying to realize like who they got, who can I fight, things like that.
Yep.
I thought that was great though. I thought it was awesome.
Were you at the event or did you watch it on YouTube like us?
I'm a YouTube man. I go to YouTube University. Everything is on YouTube. I study everything from YouTube because, like I said, I got a lot of kids don't get a chance to move much. But I promise you, I'll be paying attention. I see everything, you know what I'm saying? Because I like to know who's out there. I'm just excited that Street Beef kind of branched out in this other group. So most definitely, I'm paying attention. Are y'all?
I mean,
go ahead.
So I was going to say, you think you might find yourself going over to the West Coast to the scrapyard up here?
I want to go. I want to go to all the different different yards just to see. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Me as a fighter, you know how you just want to test your skill. You want to see what you got. But it's like, once you fight the people in your ring, not saying you're used to it, but you just want to go, and I'm glad there's other yards, but I most definitely see myself going. But do I know when? That's another thing. I got a baby on the way. It's due in a few months.
Yeah.
No, we need to have an all branch war. That's what I'm talking about right there.
That'd be
all
crazy.
Or all 4 branches. Yeah.
Yeah, just meeting up.
Yeah, Super Bowl 2. I mean, I was basically the Super Bowl 1.
Have anybody ever thought about running that across face?
Yeah, so the Super Bowl event was an event where all branches were there. It's just a matter of every branch bringing adequate amount of fighters, Right. But last year's Super Bowl event, we had every branch, and it was huge. It was huge. I fought at that event just because of what it was. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that's as close as I got to something like the OG Yard Invasion. I wasn't able to make that event, but
yeah, I didn't get it
if I could.
That sounded like that would have been awesome. I didn't even get a chance to make that event also.
Yeah.
Did anybody else go to that event?
Which one?
The one that you were telling the
Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Buddy V was there. Buddy V was in my corner. That was pretty dope. Did you make it, Prodigy? I don't recall.
No, the Super Bowl event. I don't think so. No.
Okay. Yeah, that's at the Hot Box with the pallet ring.
That was the event. I was supposed to fight Face's son that time, but they didn't make it, so I didn't end up going that time. Yeah.
Because matter of fact, we trained, I think, together a month before.
Yeah.
And you gave me those gloves.
Yeah, I remember.
You gave me the felines, and I was like, yeah, bro, I'm going to wear one of these hoes. Yeah. Much appreciated.
Because Prodigy, I'm missing one of your fights. I know you fought Two-Tone, you fought Blanco and Instinct, and who was the other fight I'm missing?
What was his name? OG Taz. OG Taz.
I didn't watch. I have to look that up. Let me write that down.
Yeah, that was my first ever fight. That was the one that when I was self-trained. Yeah, you'll see the difference for sure watching that one.
Yeah, some of the fights when you first started, you only want to watch them. You're like, oh man, I
definitely. That fight was I never watched that fight, man. That fight, I'm just like, oh man.
I cringed at my first fight for sure.
I don't like to watch mine. Oh yeah. I saw him smile like that when he says it.
You
Who's
said you
man
do like to
bringing
watch your
smoke?
first fight.
Hmm?
You said you do like to watch your first fight.
I
But
cringe, bro. I cringe. Oh,
Yeah, I'll skip through like the first round, and I'm like, okay, I can't finish it out. No. Once after that first round, when I'm gassed, and I'm like, yeah, no.
yeah,
I was gonna ask you, SpongeBob, having so many fights in the yard. I mean, do you have a favorite fight or a fight that really tested you, like your wits, like the most out of any of them, or any top?
yes. Because I fought in other yards than Street Beefs. If we're gonna just refer to Street Beef, I would say yeah. I would say yeah, my very first fight, Emilio. I mean, like Prodigy say, I was fresh. I didn't know anything about win. I didn't know anything about gassing out. I just like to fight, so I'm swinging, not realizing that I'm losing everything. But that was that fight really woke me up. Yeah, it was I can't remember the guy. It was another tall guy. The guy was fighting. He kind of fell over the ropes. He kind of fell out the ropes.
As you hit him like with the 3-piece combo, and he like turned and went.
Yeah, he went out over the ropes. I can't remember his name. That fight, it was another one because of the fact that me personally, I don't know. I ain't macho man. I be nervous before every fight. I really my mind be all over the place. Like I'm not gonna underestimate this person. This person can do that. And then this fight was the second fight of the day. He was way taller than me. He was like 25 pounds more than me. So I was really fighting off adrenaline. And I couldn't turn the fight down. You know, you can't turn a fight down. Somebody asks you gonna fight, you can't say no. So I mean, so I just had to kind of like wing it and go with it, you know. But yeah, that fight, even though they say I lost the fight, I feel like I won the fight, but you know, they gave it to him because they called it at the end of that round. He kind of, when he swung through, he came back with an elbow and he kind of knocked me into next week. I gained my composure, but they was like they didn't want to chance it, so they gave him the win.
yeah.
But after that, I'm like, you know, win, lose, or draw, I'm going all in. You're gonna have to knock me out from now on.
I mean, yeah, you were going in there.
Win, lose, or draw. I mean, I'm a fighter. I can't help it. I feel like once you say go, I mean, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna swing until I can't swing no more. And for the most part,
Have you ever been dropped or like wobbled or anything like that?
I got my ass whipped. I mean, I can send y'all to the video too. I got my ass whipped. I'm like, I didn't fall, but I lost that fight. Like, he cracked my ribs. He beat me all in my face. He was a pro boxer. I didn't know he was a pro boxer, but yeah, he beat my ass. I was tired. He spun me in circles and everything.
You talking about Emilio?
No. Emilio, I would say that was more of a draw, but his name was Nino. If you ever heard of Pound for Pound?
Yeah. There was a brief branch of ours for briefly.
Right. On the cornflake, but his name Nino. Nino versus SpongeBob. Yeah. I mean, he won that fight. I give him credit to this day. He taught me a lot. He taught me about keeping my arms close, tucking in, and keeping my hands up. But yeah, I lost that fight. I most definitely lost that fight.
No, now that you say that, I do remember seeing you on Pound for Pound. I completely forgot about that. Because it was so long ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I make my way around, but I fought like maybe 3 or 4 fights for Pound. But Nino, he cracked my rib. He beat me all in my face. You know what I'm saying? And it was a waking up. Like I watched that fight over. Like you said, you cringed to watch that fight. I cringed to that fight, but I had to realize what I was doing wrong because right now, if I lift up my shirt, you'll see where he cracked my rib. But after that, it's like that's a crack rib lesson that'll never happen again, ever.
And he's the greatest teacher.
I didn't realize it was cracked, but I realized it was hurting real bad for like 2 or 3 weeks. But after it healed, I'm like, that don't look the same side as the other side. This side kind of sticking and sharp. This side smooth. What's going on? Yeah, kind of found out it was cracked, but I mean, I'm healed. I learned from it. You know, warrior shit. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen that movie Soap Fight Club? With the pink soap. It's like some type of Yeah, it's a go ahead.
Well,
No,
no,
it's
it's like the Underground Fight Club. Yeah, you don't talk about Fight Club, and they be whooping ass.
yeah, it was like a bunch of businessmen that had like a secret club they went to, and they, business on the front, but they beat each other ass at night. Called Fight Club. But this is what kind of street beef remind me of.
Right.
And that kudos to you, man, because I feel like the best fighters, they're learning, they're constantly learning from the past fights, and getting better. And you don't always get to hear that story that the fighter went back and did his homework on himself, and it definitely sounds like you did that. I wanted to ask Prodigy, what was some of the things that you've learned in your previous fights about yourself as a fighter?
Uh, Probably my two biggest ones are cardio and my defense. Like my first couple of fights, my defense was like so bad. Like I would get hit so much. Now I feel like I fixed it just a little bit, but I still need to work on my defense. I getting hit is, especially whenever I try to do like the Philly show. I don't know why I do it, but it's like an instinct that I still get. I like get into it and boom.
I got you.
I see
Yeah,
defense
but
fight. You're like sitting there, whoop, 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 though.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
that's
I
getting
was gonna
there.
say, how many? You said you do some amateur fights too, as well, right?
Yeah, I have 7 amateur fights or 6.
Oh, that's
Nice. And
awesome.
out of those street beefs, which one have you ever had? What's one of your tougher fights that you've ever had?
I honestly, my last amateur fight was probably like my toughest fight I've ever had in my life because I really had to dig deep. That fight, I had gassed out probably like the beginning of the second round, and I had to push through to all 3 rounds. I ended up getting the win. That's why I
Oh,
got
that's awesome.
that belt up there.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh,
Nice.
ooh.
it was
That's how you
that
push
fight. I
through and
remember
do
I
it.
was bleeding. That was the first time that I ever had an 8 count in my life. Like
Oh,
the
wow.
dude got me with the good shot and like made my head turn like all crazy. So the ref like started giving me an 8 count, and I remember just like fuck,
Mm.
like I was hella
It
mad.
happened.
But as soon as I got back out there, like I was gassed. So I was just throwing what I could. I mean, ended up getting me the win.
Fighting through it.
Yeah, yeah, that was my
Warrior
toughest fight
shit.
ever.
Warrior
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Like I said, who wants
yeah,
some more? You gotta dig deep.
You right about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Who hit you the hardest? That's a good question right there. I like that.
Probably the ones who hit me the hardest. I would say Two Tone hit me the hardest. Two Tone hit me with like a hook that made me like I forgot where I was at for a bit. Like I think it was like in the first round. In the first round he hit me with the check hook and made my braids go crazy. I remember that
Make
hit. I
everything
remembered.
make everything reset for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, the question was for me as well.
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah!
Oh, okay, I apologize. I apologize. My bad. My bad. Honestly, I don't really recall getting hit to a point where it hurt. Not saying that I'm super strong, but if I don't get hit in the fight, I don't really feel like I'm doing that. I feel like that's part of fighting. So I don't know if a lot of folks know that most of my fights I get against the ring or let a person get me. I want to be hit. I gotta feel your power. I guess that kind of showed me. But once I get hit to the point where I feel like it hurt, I don't know if you noticed, I turn the shit right back on. Like, all right, I felt it. I felt your power. I ain't about to let you keep hitting me. But I wouldn't say that I got hit to the point where I've ever lost balance or went wobbly. Even whenever I was in that fight where I lost, he was hitting me. I felt it, but it wasn't nothing until I was feeling like I was dizzy or anything like that. I like to get hit though. I've been beat up a lot as a child. Not saying I was abused, but I had 4 brothers. All we did was fight. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you get in a fight, that's what you're in the fight to get hit. I try not to get hit, but you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get hit in the fight.
Yeah. What for both of you guys, who were some of your influences far as the fight game goes?
For me, I like what's his name? Pernell Whitaker. I love watching his old fights. Pernell Whitaker is like He's like kind of like reminds me of like a Mayweather, but like more aggressive. I would say like how Mayweather kind of was in the beginning when he was Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah.
That's how Pernell Whitaker kind of reminds me.
Right. For me, I would say Lomachenko. I like Lomachenko because I'm right-handed, but I fight southpaw. He's
Hey, that's me
right-handed.
too.
Yeah, he's right-handed, but he fights southpaw. And it's like me, I'm a nerd. I like to watch YouTube videos of just different styles. And his was the only style that actually fit my personality. You know what I'm saying? With the being right-handed, switching. And me personally, when I like a person, I look up their whole story. And I like his story. I like how he came about. But Lomachenko, that's who'll do it for me over number one.
Nice.
Wow.
And I like that question that Dylan had too. That was that some of the strategy to conserve energy for later rounds. Ooh,
Just train to make sure you have that second and third win. That's honestly what all I can say is train to turn that second and third wind on. It's all in all of us, but we just got to train to activate it. Because I swear, when I'm not training and I'm fighting those 3 rounds are freaking forever. But when I just shadow boxing for like 12 rounds a day, man, and I could spar for like forever when I'm in it.
You know what? It's fun of you to ask that because that's a number one thing that I've been working on. But me studying fights, I realized that in the first round, a lot of fighters they fight, but they don't really fight. They're kind of testing out their opponent, and that's what I've learned to do in the first round. I'm not really trying to fight. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you run up, I'm gonna defend myself. But the first round, I'm really trying to figure out who you is. So, I mean, I'm gonna keep my distance. I'm trying to figure out your pattern. But I'm learning now, no fighter really fighting the first round. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out who I'm fighting against. And, if I can do that the first round, I'll at least have energy for the second and third round. So, I mean, that's the only thing that I've learned to do is kind of just pace the first round, kind of throw something out there, figure out if they like to jump a lot, they flitchy, and wait for the second round. Because, like, me personally, anybody, they're trying to get a knockout. But you got to figure out how you're going to get that knockout first. I just kind of dance around the first round.
I know we got another one in the comments too. Like, do you ever feel like your nerves take some of your energy before a fight? They running.
Yes. What you say, Prodigy? What you think?
No, yeah, for sure. I feel like nerves play a big role in fights. If you're too nervous before a fight, best believe you're gonna get winded pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
That's what I learned from my experience.
Yes.
The more nervous I get, the more like energy, like you're just so like choppy whenever you're in there.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree. It's like when you are nervous, you hold your breath. Every muscle is tense. You fighting out of like with a ton on your shoulders. But once you kind of after the first round, you realize that this person don't hit that hard, or what I'm saying, I'm not that tired. You kind of relax a little bit, but by then you already done burnt out a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So I mean, yes. I think before my fights, I pissed like 13 times. Like I know I ain't got nothing in there. I know there's nothing left. Why am I still like? But yeah, I be super nervous for every fight. I don't care if I'm fighting somebody big or small. I'm always nervous. I don't think there's no way to kind of.
So, go ahead, buddy.
Nah, go ahead.
Yeah, try to squeeze that.
I was gonna say, so with that being said, how do you guys deal with the nerves? How does one combat that, knowing that that ties into your energy?
Nerves.
For me, honestly, I'm lucky. I have my whole boxing team. They're clowns, man. Like they're like the whole time my coach and them, they're all goofing off and like it makes me forget about like I'm about to go punch this dude in the face. He's about to punch me in the face too. So I mean like like they're making me laugh and stuff like that. Like that helps me calm down my nerves. It makes me feel like the situation's cool.
Right, kind of make you feel like you're sparring again.
Yeah.
Okay. Me personally, I don't. Like I said, I use the bathroom a million times, but I guess that don't really never go away until after they say fight. and until after the first punch. And then I don't know, I guess because I'd be so nervous, I can't speak for everybody, but I don't even remember the fight for the most part.
Yeah.
I guess because I'd be so anticipating on fighting and defending and doing this that by the time the fight over with, I don't really remember much of the fight. I have to look at the video to figure out what happened for real. But I guess that nervous feeling never go away. It kind of help you out a little bit too, for the most part, if you know how to control it. But
Yeah.
I don't really think it's going. Whew. You got to have. I feel like you got to have so much skill, so much knowledge of the ring. You already got to know that you're going to defend your person. I mean, defeat your person, to not have be nervous in the ring. I ain't there yet. I'm sorry.
I get nervous as shit for my fights too. It's like I know I can like the adrenaline. I can kind of control a lot easier now. Like I know I can calm my breathing. Like I'm still nervous, but I'm not gonna sit here and get so anxious. You know, I get all that dump the adrenaline dump even before my fight happens, and next thing I know, I'm halfway down the list, and I'm like, oh man.
Right. I think I did it on my first fight. I was, I was sparring with Mighty Mouse before my first fight, not realizing, like I said, I ain't know nothing about wind and energy. I done sparred with him in the first fight, took all my energy. Now I'm still nervous. I got to go fight. Yeah, you live and you learn. You live and you learn.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, the night before a fight, obviously we take care of ourselves. We don't really go party. Well, some people do; they go crazy. But do you guys have any special meals that you like to eat? Because I know before, the night before a fight, I keep it real lean. Like I keep it almost all greens. I mean, I don't even eat protein really.
I'm the opposite, buddy.
I can't really. I have no special remedies that I take when eating. To me, it's just another day. I'm just going to fight. It's for the most part, it's only 6 minutes. That's the main thing I focus on. Man, it's only 6 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, no, I don't really change too much. I know there's a few things I should stop doing, but I mean, I don't really change too much before a fight. Though I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you.
I honestly don't. I don't like eating before. So I don't like eating like the day before. Even before my fight, I don't like eating. Like I don't enjoy a meal till after my fight. I like to fight on the empty stomach. I feel like when I have food in my stomach, I'm like lazy and I don't move as much.
Mm.
Well, it's crazy because as I've been doing some research on the body and the diet, they're talking about how, as like when you fast and whatnot, your body feeds on some of like the other dead cells or whatever, and then it starts building new mitochondria. And as it does that, your body's a little bit more alert, a little bit more awake, because in the older days, when you were hungry, you'd have to be more on alert for food. Where's it at? So all your senses are a little bit more heightened. So they say sometimes when you do when you fast or something like that, I might have to try before a fight too. Then see if I'm a little fast.
No, all of that is real, bro.
Yeah.
I know guys who fast, weeks at a time. I intermittent fast, so I'll go, hours without eating sometimes. But yeah, bro, it's all real shit, man. It'll help your body perform. I don't like completely go in empty like Prodigy. I eat light, I'll eat very small portions, but I'm eating a rare steak the night before. Bare hands, you know what I'm saying? And then the morning of, I'm getting in the mind frame. For me, everything is mentality, psychological mind frame. So, I'm eating a piece of him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm ripping through it. Real talk. I get in that mind frame. I get in that mind frame, bro. And in the morning, I might eat like a bagel or something really light, small, just to say I got something in.
To start the digestive process.
Yeah. We enjoy it. We enjoy food after victory.
You're right about. Well, I guess honestly, before a fight, I'll be so nervous. I don't really be hungry. Food be the last thing on my mind. I ain't really trying to eat, but I don't know about the average person. I don't know too many people that go to a fight like, yeah, man, I'm super hungry. I be nervous. My stomach be, I be thinking about everything possibly could happen. You know how you picture the whole fight in your head. You be doing some Superman shit in your head. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I be thinking about. I don't know. Time be moving slow. Go
The
ahead.
only reason I don't eat before my fights is because this one time during sparring, I had ate hella what was it, McDonald's? I ate hella McDonald's before my fight. I mean my spar, and I don't know why. Like as soon as like probably like the second round hit, like I didn't need to throw up or nothing, but I needed to take a mean ass shit. Like it was
Yeah.
mean. But like we were
Yeah.
like halfway like through a round. I was like, I can't fucking stop, but I needed to so bad. Like he hit me in the body and I had to take a knee. He's like, damn, he's like, did that hurt you? I'm like, nah, I have to take a shit. I was like, give me like 10 seconds, I'll get back up. It was bad.
Right. Yeah,
I've been there.
I guess you're right.
Never. I don't want to get hit in the stomach, you know, fucking my bowels release and I'm on YouTube shitting myself.
You can't take that off. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't delete that.
That's one of the faces I recognize specifically on the scrapyard from seeing that projectile vomit turning around, just slow mo, just like damn.
Yeah,
Right.
boy.
I think I would say, well, I don't know. Do you all have I'm not going to move ahead. I was going to say my biggest fear, I guess, is getting knocked out.
Mm.
Honestly, I never really think about me getting knocked out because I don't know. I feel like I'm not the type to get like knocked out. I'm the type because I've been flash knocked down. Like I've been clipped and like everything shut off. My like knuckles hit the floor and everything. And but like I don't know, like even then, like when I came back to like being alert, like it just like it didn't hurt or like my head didn't like
everything kicked
yeah,
back
I
in.
was just right back to it. Like it just felt like my legs were stiff. That's about it.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Like ever since then, I've like if I get like that, I don't think it'll hurt.
Yeah, I don't think it'll hurt, but you know how, like, me personally, I watch a lot of MMA fights and boxing and everything, and you be watching the great people like Mike Tyson or
Yeah.
the Airbender, and it's like you be thinking in your mind they'll never get knocked out, and from their style they'll never get knocked out, and all of a sudden they get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody get caught slipping. I just know that one day I'm gonna get caught slipping. It's just gonna happen. You know,
it's bound to happen.
Right now. That's what I fear that day. You know, it probably gonna be to some little short person, some little, you know, somebody that's not deserving of the knockout. But you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the one to knock me out. Yeah.
I feel like in the beginning of my street beefs, knockout was definitely my up there because I talked a little bit of mess. But as I got humbled a little bit more, I'd say now it's breaking a bone because in one of my fights I did break my hand. I had a screw put through my whole hand, and I was out almost a whole year. And it's like being a father and all that stuff, and having to work and do stuff. I can't risk breaking a bone, so that's my fear now. If I get knocked out, my ego will heal. You know.
Right.
I feel mad though.
Whenever you was fighting, you was boxing or MMA?
That one was an MMA. I fought Doughboy in the scrapyard, and it was gonna be for a title fight. And we went, and I remember I dipped, and I came right underneath. He threw a heavy hand, and I threw straight as an overhead as hard as I could. And I knew I hit it funny. My hand started feeling weird, and I busted his eyebrow. So he has a scar. And then we kept going. We kept going. The round ends. We go round 2. We're going, and my body's just feeling weird. I'm like, what the hell? And he gets me against the wall for a minute. He's hitting me 1, 2, gets me on the side, and then I just dropped. Ref stopped it. And yeah, shortly after, I take my glove off, and I just see my hand keeps getting bigger, and I was like, yeah, I gotta go to the hospital. Fuck.
Yeah. I never broke a bone, but I can only imagine. Do y'all fights? Did they be boxing or MMA? Most of y'all fights.
Yeah. Oh, most of them. Ooh.
Most of y'all fights be boxing or MMA? Would you say?
I'd say it's like a tie up here. What West Coast? What would you guys like? Boxing and MMA?
I mean, we do them all. But
like
I would
boxing.
say majority is boxing.
No, I mean your fights, like as in like your personal fights.
Oh,
Buddy's more so MMA.
Okay. Yeah, I'm 50-50. I've done most of my fights MMA, 1 kickboxing, and a couple boxing. But
And
mine
then
are mostly MMA.
I've done 4 boxing, 1 Muay Thai.
Okay. What about you, Prodigy?
All mine are boxing. I'll honestly, I'll probably never step in MMA. I don't want to get kicked in the face or kneed in the face.
You know what? And the reason why I ask is because when it comes to MMA and boxing, I stick to MMA. I mean boxing because of the fact, like you said, I got kids, I got work to do. I don't feel like you're gonna get broke up that bad in boxing. But MMA is something different. Like I know my power. I study. Like I used to love Dragon Ball Z. I train different. Like so, and I know that like the dude that I fought, the fight that ended quick, and I had another MMA fight. I broke the dude's nose. Like I feel like my power in MMA to just be fighting for fun is dangerous. Like I feel like I can really hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, if you want to fight
power,
I'm scared of my own power because I don't really know my own power. I fight this punching bag, and I got a lot of problems that I think in my head. This punching bag is the only form of relief. So to fight somebody else with a thin glove on, punch with all my might, I don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? Unless they want to fight MMA. You want to fight MMA, I'm gonna let you know. Please go watch my fights. You know what I'm saying? It's like a warning because once the bell ding, we're not friends.
Yeah,
we're not friends anymore. You know, I give you a hug after the fight, but after that, between those 6 minutes,
clock in and go to work.
Yeah. Don't think that I'm mad at you. The facial expression that you may see on my face doesn't mean that I'm mad. I'm focused. I'm focused.
So this is a question for both of y'all. Do either of you see a belt in the future?
That's my next fight. I'm hoping.
Let's talk about it.
I'm hoping I get El Coyote next. He'll for sure be the toughest fight I've ever had, for sure.
Yep. I saw the interaction. That's what that's what led to the question. You know, but also with SpongeBob, you know, you have been very dominant in your wins, and as well as you, Prodigy. So I mean, I could see a belt for both of you guys possibly. You know, what's going on with the El Coyote fight? Because I almost thought that was going to be this month.
I don't think he's signed up this month. I'm kind of just waiting for him to sign up so I could sign up too, so we can like kind of meet halfway or whatever. But yeah, that's what I'm really hoping my next fight will be. I mean, it like sucks because we're good friends, and but I mean it'll be a banger of a fight to for sure put on.
I already know it's gonna be a banger.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like no love lost friend. I just want that belt.
Yeah. He's got two of them, so I gotta at least have one of them.
You say you got two? Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got two of them. So
we friends. Actually, it's fun of you to say about a belt. After the last fight, Zaytoven, he hit me up on my YouTube fight saying that he wanted to fight for a belt, and I didn't really believe him because normally people don't really challenge me to fights. You know what I'm saying? Normally. There was a few times in the yard that a few people were supposed to fight me, but I think they kind of backed out at the last minute. But people don't really challenge me to a fight. But me and Zaytoven is supposed to be fighting for the title 145 to, 135 to 145? I can't remember what belt it is. I would say maybe after my daughter is born, long story short. I want to say probably end of March to beginning of April. But yeah, that's the next fight that's I can't wait.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, it's because Zaytoven, I didn't really know much about Zaytoven, but after doing my research, he's been around for a while.
Yeah, he fights a lot. He definitely fights a lot.
He's been around for a while. He got a lot. I think he got like 20, maybe 30 fights. 30. He got a lot of fights.
He's in the 20s. He should be in the 20s.
I believe he fights like every event, if I'm not mistaken. He's always at every event.
Yeah, I'm looking at the thing like, dang, well, how many times did you fight that event? But he put his heart into it. Huh?
He's had tough opponents as well, man. I mean, he's fought our guy from the West Coast, Lil Dizo, and that Lil Dizo is no joke.
Oh yeah, seeing Zaytoven, I know that he ain't gonna be an easy opponent, but that's what a title fight is for.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not gonna be easy. So I'm
Is
looking
that
forward to
MMA
it.
that you guys would be doing?
We're gonna
Fighting
stick
for
with
a title?
boxing. We're
Oh, you
gonna
guys would
stick
do
with
boxing?
boxing.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do boxing.
Hell yeah.
MMA. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to shy away from it, but the person that I'm fighting, I'm going to feel like they're going to have to know a little bit more than the average. I don't feel like you got to have a little bit of skill for me to do MMA with you, for the most part. I won't feel right as fighting with somebody that's unexperienced because I'm now learning, even though I'm self-trained, I'm more experienced than the average person. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm the greatest fighter, but, I ain't, trying to beat
What,
up.
what about a guy like Sensation?
Oh, speak of sensation. It's in the works to fight with him as well. He hit me up a few times to fight. It's just I couldn't make it to that event. I would love to fight Sensation. Really, honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. The world gonna hear it. Everybody that my partner Rampage for it, I want to fight. Like everybody that he took an L to, that's my partner. You know what I'm saying? That's my partner.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like it's only right, what I'm saying, for me to fight the people that he fought, represent. So yeah, Sensation is on the list and a few other guys on this. I can call nobody out right now, but they know who they are. So they know who they
Hey,
are.
shout out to Rampage. I fucks with Rampage.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah,
He,
yeah, Dark News. That's
OG.
SpongeBob.
And we got a message to Rampage right here. If you want to relay a message,
He's so popular in the West Coast.
we've been waiting for Rampage to come through.
I'll put a word. I'll let him know that y'all looking for him and get him on your next show. 'Cause I know he would have loved it.
It's Darkness, man. Darkness been waiting for this man for a minute.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They didn't exchange words, and it seemed like it was gonna be a go, but we haven't seen or heard from OG in a minute. So come on, OG, what up?
OG. Hey, look, we got a fight coming up this Saturday. It's not with the Street Beef Yard. It's another. I fight for other yards. Carolina Fight Club. Go ahead and y'all check them out. Carolina Fight Club. They got a few fighters. They got about maybe 10 fights set up. They're doing their thing, but it's in the South Carolina area. So we got a fight. Excuse me. Me and OG got a fight coming up Saturday. I'm fighting a dude named Jumbo Sauce. He's fighting Nate the Great. I don't know if you ever heard of Nate the Great. He's sporting the Street Beef Yard as well. So OG and Nate the Great, and it's me and Jumbo. We're the main and the co-main event for this event. It's going to be live. Check it out.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen a couple fights. I think Beast has gone out there a couple times, and I'm a big supporter of Beast. So I'll check it out, bro. For real.
Oh, most definitely. You got to show love to the page. You know what I'm saying? We over here in the Carolina. We know everybody got their own little section and everybody doing their own little thing. But I just got to make sure that everybody know that the South Carolina trying to put it on the map over here. We don't get that much recognition over here. So South Carolina stand up over here.
So I have to be the bearer of bad news. We usually keep guests a little time. We're having fun, so it's running a little late. So before we wrap the show up, and let's see if South got another question. I saw one of the comments from Dylan was, have y'all ever gotten to an altercation where you had to fight somebody with the experience that you have now?
So I work as a security guard, so at a shoe store. So I'm not gonna lie, I probably get into like an altercation probably like once, maybe twice. Nah, I would say like once every other month. I tend not to try to hit people in the face, but I mean, usually like the first couple punches, they usually like it resets them as a person. Like, okay, like let's talk this out. Like, but I mean,
the person get hit, they want to cop a plea. They want man, forget that, man, forget that.
Being from Modesto, Colorado, here in the 209, man, people here they have the worst personalities ever, and it just
until they get hit, they get real humble.
Yeah.
Well, me to answer that question, no, I haven't had to get into a fight in a long time, thank God. The last fight I was in, I mean, I guess you could say it's been in the time frame, but it hasn't been since I was trained. But we was at a bar and a guy, I don't know why he was persistent on talking junk, and he met me in the middle of the road. I left him in the middle of the road. And I went home. You know, not no aggressive stuff. I don't. If I ever get into a fight, it's never to overly beat a person. I'm just trying to put you down and get away. Point blank. Period. I'm really not even trying to fight.
Yeah.
I study martial art as well. So with my dad being a black belt, it's always self-defense and always try to neutralize the problem, be at peace, because the art of self-defense is to kind of put your hands up. And you know, for the fact that if you touch me while my hands like that, that's the worst thing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Because with all the martial arts, you would know. But I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I ain't trying to fight nobody. That's why I love street beef, because I can actually fight somebody and I ain't got to worry about them coming to shoot me afterwards. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Real quick, before we go, because I practice JKD. What was he a black belt in? What martial arts are we talking?
I think he was Aikido. Well, don't have me lie. I think it was, but I'm not really sure. He was that was so long ago. I just know that I studied Bruce Lee, Steven Seagal, and that's pretty much it. I like Steven Seagal.
So Seagal was Aikido and a few other things, and Bruce is JKD.
Wing Chun.
He started with Wing Chun, but JKD, Jeet Kune Do was like an evolution of Wing Chun.
Okay, yeah, I know that they got mad at him because he started his own little thing.
Right.
But yeah, most definitely. I really feel like it's an art. Once you understand the pressure points, how the body works, it's a flow that you just basically just know. I mean, with studying everybody, there you go.
Oh, you got your towel. You got the dial. He's got the dial. I keep mine in the car.
Yeah, once you study the arts, the different arts, you just understand that it's emotion that you're really flowing with. Other than that, you can study anybody. It's kind of, that's what Bruce Lee did. He made his own thing based off of the basics. So yeah. I really enjoy this, brothers. You just don't understand, just talking with everybody. I really enjoy this.
Well, shoot, man, if you want to get into your shout outs, any plugins you want to do?
Now my mind want to go blank on me, but shout out to everybody. Long story short, my mind just went blank on me. I'm not really a camera guy, but my family, everybody out there, all the fighters, Street Beef, Face, my kids, and all my family and friends that's here. To all you guys that's Prodigy and all you guys out here, appreciate y'all.
I just want to give a shout out to my boxing gym and just say that tough times are only temporary. I love everybody.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys so much. It truly was a fun time. Man, that was fun.
Another great conversation, man.
Great conversations. I can't put a time limit on that. Well, I know that don't forget tonight at 9:30 we have to tune in to the face-off between Blanco and Bricks.
Yes, sir. On the Heart in the Fight YouTube channel. Go over there and check that out. We'll be over there tuning in, showing support. And speaking of showing support, now would be a good time to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Again, this is all about support. We're here to support Street Beefs and other fighters and other organizations. And, it doesn't hurt anyone to hit that like button or hit the subscribe button.
Yep. Now, we got some fun little stuff coming up in a quick second, but, we're always going to make you wait, for one split second.
What's up, everybody? It's Jay from Yankee and the Brit bringing you some exciting news. King Palms and Yankee and the Brit are teaming up together to give you an amazing deal. Head over to kingpalm.com, use promo code KPYNB to save 20% off your entire order. That's right, 20% off your entire order just by using the promo code KPYNB. If you want to enhance your smoking experience, King Palms has you covered. Innovative designs, premium quality, and they're all natural. So make sure you go over to kingpalm.com and use the promo code KPYNB at checkout to save 20% off your entire order.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
What are these fighters to watch? Now, I usually have 3 fighters to watch, but life's been getting a little crazy this week, and we had to get some other things going. And I had to make sure that you guys knew the only fight I wanted you to keep your eyes on was Derek Gates, the one that is well sponsoring, who on February 2nd will be having his professional fight down in Florida. Make sure that you go support, go check him out. Make sure that you see the fight live. So some support from the website, zwell-world.com, to get the merchandise. You know, I got it right here. The front is the Fun Zuel, as always. In the back, I already showed you earlier. Bam, Derek Gates, buck up or back down.
Fire.
Man. Woo. And you know, that shit looks straight fire. And speaking of fire,
Yeah. Somke and the Fire 5. We're going to go ahead and start things off in the OG yard as always. And we have here a classic fight. MMA match between 2 OG fighters. You know them very well. We have Turk versus Beach. The legendary Beach in his first Street Beefs match, and as well as the OG Turk. These guys go at it. From the very beginning, it's aggressive, it's gritty action. And as I always say, man, cardio is key. Cardio is key. If you're going to come out that way, you're going to have to be able to continue to perform throughout the rest of the fight. Staying calm is key. We had a beautiful turn of events in this fight. You see, it wasn't that long, 4 minutes and 46 seconds. And we got a beautiful finish at the end of this fight. Again, this is Street Beefs OG Yard, classic fight, Turk versus Beach. Check it out. Moving on, Street Beef Scrapyard. If you're trying to look this fight up, you see the title on the screen. You'll have to enter that. This is a fight between Astro versus Razor, boxing. These guys have great names, and both guys were very scrappy fighters. These men have the same record, and they're both here looking to get their feet wet again. Both of these guys showed a lot of endurance and will, and it wasn't the most technical fight. But at the last round, you really see these guys fight through the pressure, fight through the toughness, and definitely want to see both of these guys back in the yard. Street Beef Scrapyard, Astro versus Razor firefight. Yeah, this is a classic Street Beefs West Coast fight right here. You see it. Bundy versus Spartan. This is an MMA title match right here. And yeah, these two didn't disappoint. I don't get the chance to say this too often, but a good corner is key. A good corner is key, and that is on full display in this fight here. Sticking to a game plan and executing it, very crucial. And we see that as well in this fight. This was a nice chess match. We saw a variety of ground strikes, grappling, and wrestling, and a few leg chops. Very nice. This is a firefight, title fight, Street Beefs West Coast, Bundy versus Spartan. Check it out. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and go back to Street Beefs OG Yard. This is a MMA match, rematch. Let's see. So this is the original match. The match I had suggested was the rematch. But check out this fight as well. This is the first fight between these two. Then these guys went ahead and had another match a few months later down the line. These guys didn't waste no time. They got straight to the ground and pound. Solid sportsmanship. And round two starts with a variety of strikes. And then we got a brutal finish in the second fight. Again, Street Beefs OG Yard, Conan versus Prime. Check that out. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and end it in Street Beef Scrapyard. If you're trying to look up this fight, this is the title on the screen. You'll have to type that. This is a fight between Major and Short Temper. This is a nice technical boxing match. We saw some great shot placements, and accuracy is key. Accuracy is key, and we see that in this fight. Lots of heart on display, lots of power being thrown. This was very competitive, and we got an unexpected ending. Street Beef Scrapyard, Major versus Short Temper, Somcan the Fire 5.
Yeah. Awesome Fire 5 as always. I got a little warmed up over here.
Yeah, man. As always, man, these fights have great replay value. If you've seen them, go ahead and check them out again. You know, it's not a waste of time. These guys really put forth a lot of effort. And yeah.
Man. All I know tonight was a fun show, man. That conversation flowed. It was just a good time. Lots of smiles and laughs. I got pretty blazed. I didn't realize this stuff was so strong.
Yeah, man. Every time, bro. This is what we do, man. It was an awesome show, and two great guests, you know, and as always, great conversations.
So it's about that time.
It's about that time, brother. Just want to go ahead and give a shout out to our guests once again. SpongeBob, we appreciate your time. Prodigy, we appreciate your time. For the people watching, go ahead and look these guys up. Very, very great fighters, very entertaining fights. Again, that's SpongeBob from OG Yard, Prodigy from the West Coast Yard. The people watching this right now, we appreciate you. The people watching this on playback, we appreciate you guys. The ones in the live chat, thank you. We do this for y'all. Shout out to Street Beefs OG Yard, Scrap Yard, West Coast, and Dirty South. We appreciate you guys. We do this for you guys. Once again, shout out Heart in the Fight. Tonight, we have Blanco versus Bricks face-off in about an hour and a half on the Heart in the Fight YouTube channel. We'll be heading over there shortly after this show. Join us. Shout out to Overtime Hustling Magazine. Always supporting. Yeah. And yeah, man, I don't really do the social media. If you're trying to catch me, I'm here every Tuesday, same time, same place. And that's about it for me, man. I want to thank Buddy V, always killing it with me. And Jay, our producer in the background, always making things work. Great show.
Man, yeah, that was a blast as always. Like I tell y'all, Tuesday's my favorite day of the week. So shout out to my company Zwell. And then down below, Zwell-World. Like I said again, you're going to find the Derrick sweatshirts. Have a good time. And these nice sweatsuits are still going under pre-order, where you'll even get your own limited edition black shirt that has that image. You won't be able to get it again. So get it while you can. But other than that, you know, I have a fun time. Zwell_Buddy V for my Instagram. And I got some more fun stuff coming out. I've actually been finishing some drawings, and you might see some changes to the Zwell Jaguar. So if you just see, you know, you see some differences, you might know. But, you know, keep busting my booty. But thank you, Somke. You know, it's a fun time every single Tuesday. Like I said, Jay, we got to keep you on your toes. You know, we made the show a little longer, so hell yeah. And your famous words, as we always end it, one world, one love, deuces.